fire, and ice. It's gone. And 60, it's gone with the wind. Let's put this to the test. First of many that we shall talk about a perfume today. We gotta have a chat about Revlon Fire and Ice. This is a classic that came out in the year 1994. I have to give a shout out, and it'll be on either side of the bottom of the screen, that brought up the recommendation on one of my other videos that it smells similar to Amber Romance. For those of you that don't know, Amber Romance is a favorite of mine and a favorite of many that are familiar with Victoria Don't Tell Nobody's Secret. I made a video about a year ago, close to a year ago, or either it's been a year. I found a dupe for Amber Romance because, you know, Victoria Don't Tell Nobody's Secret keeps tainting, keeps diluting Amber Romance. I mean, it does smell as nearly as strong and potent as it did back in 2014 when I first got it. When I first got it, I didn't realize the treasure that I had in it, so I sprayed it out and then gave it away when it was about, you know, kind of low. Once you realize the value of something, trying to find a proper word for that, you're just not as free-spirited to let go of ownership of it. Let's just say that. So the notes here, it's mainly a amber floral type of fragrance. I will not give away my thoughts about Amber Romance's Eau de Toilette that came out years ago, and Victoria Don't Tell Nobody stop making them. You know, just they're either discontinuing them, the good stuff, or they're diluting the good fragrances that are popular. I mean, make sense. You know, the first thing we're going to look at are the notes and the packaging. I'm holding it upside down. That's okay. That's okay. First of all, can we just give a shout out to Revlon? I did not know that Revlon came out with perfumes. Back in the day, I was a kid when it came out. So it's an amber floral fragrance. So top notes are tangerine, orange blossom, and osmanthus. I might be pronouncing wrong, but that's okay. Middle notes are orchid, tuberose, and magnolia and narcissus. And this note. Base notes are amber, incense, musk, and woody notes. Now, Amber Romance are these notes here. So I had a quick whiff of both, although I've done no reviews on either of these until now. Fire and Ice first. Then upcoming Amber Romance, the Eau de Toilette in the 1 fluid ounce. From the first whiff, smell out of the bottle for Fire and Ice, I noticed it is much more floral. When I smell the Amber Romance Eau de Toilette, this is Eau de Cologne. The Amber Romance, compared to this Revlon Fire and Ice, smells similar, but it smells a bit sweeter. The difference between the two, I'm already noticing Fire and Ice smells similar, but it's a bit heavier on the floral notes than Amber Romance. Amber Romance is much sweeter. Fire and Ice is much more floral. You have to look at, and this normally isn't a part of my grading system. I mean, the bottle is still classy. It's still classy. I love it. Kind of reminds you of flames of the whole bottle, and then the cap, or kind of, because it's transparent ice. And then the name here is on the bottle. Let me get close so you can see as much as I'm trying to show y'all. Yeah, just smells straight out the bottle. And so the next thing we're going to take a look at, there's a smell that it smells like perfumes in the bottle because of settling. You'll tend to smell more of the product. The real magic, the real showdown is when you start spraying it out and what happens and what takes place after that. With those couple of sprays, what hits my nose first is that amber romance smell. But then immediately I'm smelling the florals throughout it. Now, as it's beginning to dry down, it's a floral more than anything. It's almost as if the sweeter amber, like woody, musky notes, not musky as in not that one. It's almost as if those sweeter, more gourmandish type of notes were, dare I say, a kind of a cover up of a nice veil throughout the notes in this perfume to allow the floral notes to shine. That's what I'm noticing already. And if you notice, I have a video already covering this here on how to apply all things perfume, perfume oils, types of fragrance, the type that blast out versus mist out from the bottle. So I'm not going to rehash anything. Quick burst, mist out. Do. And I'm heavy-handed, you know, still working on it if you're new here. We're going to give this an hour to see how this performs, to see how the dry down performs and the lasting power, because that's a big thing with me. I don't know about anybody else. I mean, let me know. You ever bought a perfume and it smelled real good, and then within the first hour, just it's gone, and 60, it's gone with the wind. Literally, sometimes you step out the door, it's gone within an hour. You being outside running there. That's a big thing with me. Has to have some kind of lasting power, and I will not accept mediocre. No. So let's talk in an hour and see how this performs. Let's put this to the test. But then I noticed within the first 40 minutes the dry down was nice, but the initial smell that smells like and smells similar to and mimics amber romance really was barely there. I had an opportunity to test it a little bit past 1 hour, so 2-3 hours. The lasting power is not extensive. That's really a big thing for me, but I like the scent. It does smell very similar to amber romance. It is just more floral. I also noticed in the dry down that there was less of the sweeter note that amber romance is, and more floral, but it lingered even 40 minutes leading up to the hour mark, then the 2 hour mark, and 3 hours and onward until it dissipated. There's even a point where I very faintly still smell this on my hand, but I know it's going to be gone by the next time I either shower or either, you know, just washing hands or wherever I apply it, normal wear. It's only going to last a few hours at most. Here are my honest final thoughts. To the person that recommended this, and what really turned me onto it was the fact that they said it smells similar to the original amber romance fragrance, and it does, because it's close to the original as I have smelled is from 2014. I'd have to say that this is a very close dupe of amber romance. It's just missing the lasting power. which I would recommend a perfume oil if you want to go that route to find a dupe, because what Amber Romance is now, no shade, what it is now from Victoria, don't tell nobody, secret. It's tainted. It was already beautiful as it was. The fragrance notes were fine. The concentration of each note, fine. Original ingredients, fine. But I'd have to say this is the second best dupe for Amber Romance. We just need more lasting power. If Revlon can come back with Fire and Ice, a 2022 rendition, and instead of an Eau de Cologne, Eau de Parfum, you know, stronger, higher, more potent concentration, and a 3.4 ounce, you know, upgrade the bottle a little bit, you know, just please, it don't hurt to ask. We could, you know, we can revisit this again and compare it to the original 94 version versus this year's version. Just speaking life, that's all. That's all. Give this a solid 7.5. That's the best I can give it. That lasting power is what took those couple points off. But it definitely is very similar to Amber Romance. I would suggest that if you are also looking for Amber Romance dupe, just consider the fact of what you like about it. The original Amber Romance formula is more sweet than anything. If you don't mind it being less sweeter and more floral, I'd say go for it and try Revlon's Fire and Ice. It's the 7.5 for me. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that is my review of Revlon's 1994 classic Fire and Ice. I love each and every one of you, and I will see you all next